Check 1 2, testing 1 2 3. Check 1 2, testing 1 2 3. Nothing now. Or it's good. Testing 1 2 3. Both good.
All right, we are sorry about those technical difficulties. Test 1, test 2. All right, we are sorry about those technical difficulties. We're going to bring Jim back in just a minute. So we're going to bring Jim back on just a minute, Ray. But I think, guys, can we get that tally board? Because we've been offline for a little bit, and I think some things changed, Ray.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Can we get that tally board up? We apologize. Live TV. You never know what's going to happen.
We were just over $2,000 before.
Look at that.
$3,700. You folks are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your donations. You can continue to donate. Our telethon is just about to wrap up. Well, actually, I think Jim Emke is going to stick around, and he's got a couple more interviews that he'd like to do. But you can continue to donate. Even after we are off the air, continue to donate, continue to visit ACS southerntier.com and hit that donate button. And we'll be taking donations for, forever, to be honest.
Yeah, we have all year round to do some fundraising. So we've been brainstorming that ambassador program. So Goal Together Ambassador, we're going to target in September. You can reach out through ACSSouthernTier.com, learn more information about it. Click that email button, you get right to Ray and I, and then we'll have a conversation with you. But the ambassador, the idea is you've done Men Wear Pink. It's kind of a similar concept. So instead of pink, you're going to wear your gold, like we're wearing now. You're going to raise awareness for pediatric cancer, ending childhood cancer as we know it. And then the goal is to raise $1,000 if you can. So we're looking for businesses, organizations, youth clubs that want to get involved in that. Become a Goal Together ambassador so we continue this childhood cancer fight all year round. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And then as soon as we are off the air this afternoon or this evening, we're going to start planning Goal Together Telethon 2025.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna as soon as we're off the air. Matter of fact, we're not even off the air yet, and we've already started talking about okay, what are we gonna do next year?
What's gonna be a little bit different, and how's it gonna look? And hey, if you want to get involved in that process, we'd love to have your voice at the table, right? If you're interested in this cause, you want to get involved, reach out. ACSSouthernTier.com.
Absolutely. We've got the Southern Tier Board of Advisors. We meet once a month for about an hour. It's a all-volunteer board, but it's a fantastic board of people in our community who want to give back to the American Cancer Society. And like Jamie said, end cancer as we know it.
Right. So this is the start. It's not the finish. We still got a long way to go. Again, that QR code, the donation, ACSSouthernTier.com. Now, Ray, you and I, we've been sweating all day with the bright lights, but the crew here from SUNY Broome, getting us back on the air, figuring it out, like live TV, folks.
Stuff
happens, right?
I cannot say enough about this crew from SUNY Broome Community College.
Right.
All these guys are students, with the exception of Tim Skinner, who is the chair of the department. And Kadar, who's behind the camera over there, he's a media tech. The rest of these guys are all students, and they're learning their craft. Some of them this is what they want to do with their lives. Others, not so much, but hey, they're here.
Especially after this experience, right? But hey, this is what happens.
Yeah, but the fact that they've done what they have done today, gotten us online, had us live streaming for the better part of 6 hours, and had us looking good. I mean, if you can make me look good on screen, there's a reason I work in radio.
And and Tim and the group, we just can't say enough about what they did. And Kadar even had his mom here, and we got to spend some time with her in the Martin Luther King Foundation.
Yes,
we got to spend time with Bruce Boyer. We got to spend some time with our sponsors.
Yep.
Sean Wolbert, GHS Federal Credit Union.
Yep.
You guys, Equinox has been all day. They've been here. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I had a crew of folks here who were broadcasting on all 5 of our radio stations and reminding folks that they can donate on all 5 of our locally owned and operated radio stations. And one more thing I wanted to go back to real quick about SUNY Broome, though. For anybody who's watching, if you or your kids or your grandkids want to get into the film industry or photography or radio or podcasting or public relations, the SUNY Broome Communications Department, you can't beat it. I'm an alumni of SUNY Broome Communications, and they've got a fantastic staff over there, and I learned some unbelievably valuable lessons while I was there.
And you could tell, and you would not be hearing us. You literally would not be hearing us if not for the SUNY Broome Communications Department. And they've been working behind the scenes. We had some issues. The gremlins were in the system, trying to ruin the day, just like cancer tries to ruin the day of too many families, right? And that's what we're here. So ACS Southern Tier, we got the QR code. I think if we're going to plan, we're going to bring Mr. Jim Emke back.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Jim, are you ready to come back? Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you, Ray. I really want to thank you personally for making this happen and inviting us to participate. This has been really meaningful for our station, and I know it's been very meaningful for all of the families involved. So thank you, Ray. Thank you, Equinox Broadcasting. Thank you, SUNY Broome, and most importantly, thank you to the American Cancer Society.
Absolutely, and thank you, News Channel 34 and Nexstar, for being here. We really appreciate the support and all the promotion you've done for this endeavor. So thank you so much. I'll let you get back.
Yeah,
and
I'm going to actually ask
over.
Kristen to come back over, if that's all right. Here she is. Okay, so Kristen, we were talking about all of the trials and tribulations, because for folks who didn't see the first portion interview before we had a little bit of technical difficulties, your daughter Mia is currently undergoing treatment for a Wilms tumor.
Yep.
She sadly had to have her kidney removed, but all in the goal of
Yes.
getting healthy. So just remind us of where she is in her treatment now.
She has finished up her radiation so far, and she's in week 3 of her chemotherapy, which will continue on for 6 months. So.
Now, I understand that you've had some interactions with other folks within this community. In particular, you mentioned the Super Cooper Saves the Day Foundation.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
They were absolutely wonderful. It turns out Tara, Cooper's mom, is a classmate of my husband, and they went to school together, but they sent out a care package and a donation to us, and then even toys for the kids, both included for my young daughter Mia going through the cancer treatments, and then my older daughter included stuff for her. So absolutely wonderful.
Now, we talked, I think, a little briefly, but let's go over just how rare her form of cancer is.
So statistically, in the United States, there's 500 to 600 cases per year, so that would break down to about 10 to 12 per state if you're to break it down that way. It is the #1 kidney cancer for kids, but again, it's a pretty rare cancer for kids to get. So it's usually diagnosed actually by it's discovered by the parents when you're doing a diaper change or a bath. So pretty rare.
And so obviously one has to be concerned about, given how rare it is, how much funding really goes to research on this. How important is it that all cancers get the sort of research dollars that they need?
I believe it's very important if we can find markers that we can maybe warn parents. It might not be a, yes, your kid's definitely going to get this, but maybe we can keep an eye on things for you if we can figure out if there's blood markers or if there's genetic testing that can be done in order to determine that a family might be more susceptible to getting any kind of childhood cancer. So.
All right, well, Kristen, thank you so very much for coming down, for bearing with us through some of our pause and delay, and we wish Mia all the very best. And please keep in touch.
Definitely will, and thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Kristen. All right, one last time with my colleague, Noah Holloway. Noah?
Hello, Jim. Thank you. What's up, brothers? We are so close to getting up in our donation goal. We are, I believe, just past the $3,700 mark, which is amazing. Again, we apologize for the interruption earlier, but again, the donations did not stop coming in, and that was the greatest thing about that. Again, you can go ahead and donate if you haven't already by scanning that QR code in the bottom right corner, visiting the website, or calling 607-235-2770. And now, back to Jim.
Well, we are at our final interview right now. We've saved the best for last. This is the Goga family with another inspirational story of survivorship. I am joined here by Damon. Damon, thank you for coming.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yep. And his mom, Heather.
Thank you for having us.
And by the way, Dad is here. He's just off screen a little bit here. Let's just start with a little bit of Damon's story, as told by his mom, Heather. Heather, when did you first find out that Damon had cancer?
We first found out in November 2017. He was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma. It's a bone cancer in his tibia, and we went through several rounds of chemo, and after that, we had to sit down and we had to have a harsh talk about what was next, and what was next, he had to have an amputation. From there, we did that, and then he had to have more rounds of chemo, but we were able to be at Upstate Medical for all of Damon's procedures and everything like that, and as he's getting older and like that, but he's still able to play soccer, baseball, and stuff like that. So we're thankful for that.
Yeah, and that's really where a lot of the inspiration comes in. Damon, let's talk to you a little bit about, before we get to all of your current exploits, let's go back in time a little bit, if you don't mind. What was that like when you first found out you had cancer?
It was scary. I didn't really know what was going to happen. I just had to try to get through it.
In the years since then, you've had some assistance from, I'm sure, obviously your family's been there for you, but the community as well. I know that A Room to Heal, we spoke with Linda Salomons earlier. They did over your room not once, but twice, right?
Yeah, it was a little over a year ago. They did it a second time. It was great. It's A Room to Heal.
Yeah, so for folks who aren't familiar, Room to Heal will go into a child's typically bedroom, but it could be any room in the house to create a healing environment. And a credit to Damon's survivorship, you actually sort of outgrew your first room, correct?
Yeah, they wanted to give me more of like a older kid's room instead of, because the first time was when I was 12, so I'm 17. They kind of wanted to give me a better room for more suited to my age.
Yeah. So now, I don't know if you can tell, but Damon just came from baseball practice. He's in his baseball gear here. And with your prosthetic leg, you're able to play first base. Tell me about that.
It's great. I try my best. Just do everything I can.
And your mom mentioned soccer. I understand you're in the goal?
Yeah. It's tough sometimes, but I try to do what I need to do.
How do you feel when people say to you, wow, I can't believe you're doing this. Oh, my goodness. I mean, does it occur to you, or are you just kind of focused on what you need to do?
I just kind of lock in on what I need to do and get it done.
Turning back now to Heather. Heather, what sort of community supports has your family received through all of this?
As mentioned, Damon has had Room to Heal. Back when Damon first started, we had our community had Shenango Valley and Shenango Forks, and everybody else had a benefit for Damon. And they sold T-shirts with Damon on it to say "Strike Out Cancer," and Upstate's been really good to us also.
So how important in your mind and in your heart is pediatric cancer research?
Oh, it's at the top. Having gone through this and still going through this today, we really need to find maybe harsher chemotherapy, less harsh chemotherapy for kids, because some of them are just tiny babies, and I think that, like more research needs to be done, and we don't know the long-term effect of these, of the chemo treatments that we're giving our kids, because they're designed for adults and not really for kids, but some of them are. But thank goodness we have that, treatment, but we just are unsure what the side effects will be as they grow older.
That's right, folks. So much, sadly, of our whole medical system is really designed around treatments for adults, regardless of what the malady is. So that's where you come in. The more money that you can donate, the more likely we are to find better child-focused treatments for these terrible cancers. Well, Damon, I just want to shake your hand. You are an inspiration, and thank you so much for coming down here today.
Thank you for having me.
And Heather, thank you so much for coming.
Thank
and we're going to throw it back over to Noah real quick. We're going to do one more time with the full screen board, gentlemen, if we can, and give our last pitch of the telethon.
Well, this is it, the final one for the day at least. Now I want to see real quick, what is our current donation number right now? Because you have all been donating all day, even when we lost signal for a little bit. We still got donations coming in. Last I checked, we saw $3,700, which is an incredible number, and we are about to get the update, which is still the current score, $3,700, and the donation lines, links, QR codes are still open all the time, every day, tomorrow, for as long as they need to be open for donations. So please, again, do not forget to donate, scan the QR code, visiting the website, or making the phone call. And Jim?
We can do this, folks. We can. We have the ingenuity. Heck, a year after I was born, we put a person on the moon. So we can come up with better treatments for pediatric cancer, ones with less harsh side effects, with less likelihood of recurrence, and who knows, perhaps a better understanding of what is causing these cancers, and dare I even say the holy grail of a cure. So, so let's give folks, this telethon is ending now, but the effort does not end. That QR code will remain active. You can go to ACSSoutherntier.com as well to make your donations. Let's make this happen.
Yes, let's make this happen.
All right, good night, folks. Thank you so much. Thank you, Equinox Broadcasting. Thank you, Suni Broom. Thank you, Tina Castano, our boss, for her role in all of this. And thank you to the American Cancer Society. Good night.